Joining us on Blitz is Casey Colquitt, head coach of the Jefferson Dragons, having quite a season there. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, and you guys are having a fantastic season to say the least. 11-2 overall, perfect 6-0 in region play. I imagine for you, things couldn't have gone any better this season.
Probably not. We're also undefeated at home right now, opening up a new stadium. Can't be grateful enough for what Jefferson City Schools have done to promote soccer in the area.
Absolutely, and you're seeing the fruits of that labor as well, not just with your record, but getting recognition across the state. It ranked as high as number 5 at one point in the polls this year. How do you keep your guys focused when you're rolling the way that you are?
These guys, they got a tendency to be able to turn the switch on. Last night, even some of them said to me they didn't feel like it was kind of real last night because they're all coming off spring break. So they all have the ability to kind of flip that switch, get mentally ready to go. That's something we've been training all year. It's just the psychological side of the game, mental toughness. How do we go through things that are hard? And practice is hard. We compete all the time at practice. Everything we do at practice is a game, so they're always competing to score goals. If they lose in a game at practice, they run or they do some kind of exercise. So they're always competing at practice, and I think they don't like to lose, which is sometimes that's hard to coach.
Yeah.
They just have it.
Yeah, and you kind of talked about scoring goals, and this offense certainly has done that. I think 42 to date at this point. Talk about the offense and how pleased you are with their performance this season.
Well, the offense always starts with defending. Our defense has only given up 10 goals. 2 of those goals are from penalty kicks. 1 of those goals is from a set piece. So we really only given up 7 goals from the field of play this year. So defensively, like this whole team, even the forwards, midfield, they've all committed to defending well. Once you defend well, you get the ball back, and then we can attack. When you got players like Roberto Quintal, number 88, and Brandon Hudson, number 28, those guys are scoring 20 goals, probably going to have 20 goals at the end of the season.
Wow. And you hit on exactly where I was going next. This defense has been just ridiculous. You mentioned only 7 goals from the field of play. 4 of those, I think, came in one of your 2 losses this year. So virtually unscorable for anyone facing your defense. This is the scary question, though. Do they have potential to be even better than what they are right now?
That's a fun question. Here's what's great about it. It's not one player every game. Last night we didn't have a great play from one player, and Patrick Sora had an amazing game. You could just see the game. He was taking over the game. So you have different players every game taking it over and just having an amazing game, a great game. And Patrick did that for us last night. Some nights it's Roberto Quintal, some nights it's Brandon Hudson, some nights it's our defense.
Yeah.
The region win was Javi Flores. He stood on his head in the goal to block a penalty kick and gave us the opportunity to win region.
Wow. So. And as you kind of mentioned, winning region, you got the region title in hand at this point, obviously. So just having some things you're probably going to work through the next few non-region games to close out the regular season schedule. But what does that region title really mean for this program?
It's the second in school history. The first time they won it was in 2015, I believe, the year before I got here. So it's been 5 years. So for the program, it's really huge. We've taken a turn to go play teams that are really competitive, like Oconee, who's ranked number 7 in state, and Mountain View, who just won Region 7A title, and we beat them 2-1. So we're trying to compete with teams that are bigger than us, stronger than us, faster than us, and it's only going to make you better. It's going to make them better people because they have to overcome some adversity. I mean, life's not easy, and that's what's so much fun about the game is it teaches you so many lessons about life and adversity and working with others that aren't like you, and it teaches you just how to work together. And they have one goal, and that's to win soccer games and to win a state title and win a region championship and just to keep winning together. So
yeah, and
that's fun about it.
Yeah, and so I didn't want to put any pressure on you, but you kind of, I know you guys probably put more pressure on yourselves than anybody else could, and You mentioned your goal, winning a state championship. So looking through that crystal ball you got there, when all the dust settles, where do you see this team ending up at the end of the season?
It's going to be tough to get there, but I can go ahead and tell you right now, this team has what it takes to get there. The first round, we're probably going to match up against Stone Mountain. Second round, you're probably going to match up against either East Hall or Great Atlanta Christian, which both of those are ranked number 2 and 3 in the state right now in AAA. You go to the Final Four, you're going to play Westminster probably, who's ranked number 1 in the state and highly ranked in the nation. So you're going to have to earn it, which is fine. This group knows how to do that. So that's what's I think the potential is extremely high. I don't think it's unlimited, but I think it's really high for this group. It all comes from defense.
Yeah,
and just the commitment to defend across the board.